Welcome, friends, to our December 2nd, 2021 dark moon practice for the upcoming new moon and solar eclipse in Sagittarius. That is happening early in the morning on Saturday this weekend. So we'll be working with some of that energy in our meditation tonight. Please make sure you have your candle nearby if you have one, and a source to light it. We'll light that together in just a few minutes. Just to briefly go over what the intention of this monthly practice is. I generally hold these just before or just after the new moon each month. And when the moon is in its dark moon phase, it's very close to the sun, so it's not likely to be visible. And it's a time in our practice where we can really go inward and make space for some personal work, some exploration of the wisdom that is within all of us that is often hidden or not accessible to us, thanks to mundane life and all of our obligations and commitments and roles that we all hold. So I want to honor all of you for being here tonight and making this time and space for yourselves and your practice. It's important in caring for ourselves and tending to our own inner work. We can be of better service and support to those in our lives. So the moon will be new in Sagittarius this weekend. So before we get into our meditation, I want to share a little bit about that sign of the zodiac. Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's a mutable fire sign, which means that it has a level of adaptability and flexibility to it. With this eclipse in Sagittarius, it's our second eclipse in less than a month. We are coming into this portion of the lunar cycle. It's an opportunity to embrace that Sagittarian energy, which is about daring to dream big and imagine what we could have or what our life could be if we didn't have obstacles in our way. So we'll be working with that energy tonight, and especially with the solar eclipse, which in the ancient world, the solar eclipse was potentially a really terrifying occurrence. It's this idea or image or vision that suddenly night invades day. It could be the middle of the day and the moon passes across the sun and suddenly we're cast temporarily into night. And so this eclipse cycle, this is our second eclipse. The other one was 2 weeks ago on the full moon. It's really inviting unexpected change and energy and things to change and shift in our world. So we'll work with that energy a little bit tonight as well. And we'll get started here in just a moment. I will just add that if you're dealing with any feelings of uncertainty or feeling emotionally or spiritually elevated or activated this week in either a positive or a challenging way, you're tuning into this eclipse energy that's happening this weekend. So my advice is to remember to breathe, get some rest, take care of yourself, journal, and really take time to care for you and be open to and vulnerable to whatever it is that's coming through for you in your life. So with that, I'm going to put on some background ambient noise. We have wind sounds this evening to accompany our meditation. And then I'll invite everybody just to make sure you're nice and comfortable if you aren't already, whether you're seated or lying down, and just join me as we take some nice deep breaths together. So inhaling deeply in through the nose, expanding the ribs in all directions, inviting breath all the way down into the belly. And then releasing gently and effortlessly for your exhale. Let's take a couple more breaths just like that together. Inhaling, big, deep, full, nourishing breath into the torso. And an effortless exhale. On your next inhale, I'd like you to invite in presence in your body, awareness of where you are tonight. And on your exhale, see what you can start to let go of, what you don't need to bring with you in this moment tonight. And one more nice deep breath, thinking about the ribs expanding in all directions, to the side, to the back. And exhale. If you haven't already, go ahead and let your eyes soften and gently close. Let's take an inventory of our physical beings in this moment. As you continue your nice, deep and slow breaths, starting with the feet, the ankles, the toes. Notice if you're holding anything, if there's any tension there that you don't need. And on your next exhale, see what you might be able to let go of. Starting to draw your attention now up into your legs, the muscles of the shins, the calves, all those little ligaments around the knees and behind the knees, up into the big quad muscles of the upper leg and the hamstring muscles on the backs of the legs. Taking a moment and energetically and mentally sending a nice, deep, nourishing breath down into the muscles of the legs. And on the next exhale, seeing what tension, what holding you can let go of in this moment. And on our next breath, let's invite our attention into one of the most vulnerable, tender places of the body, the bowl of the pelvis, the belly, the lower back, the hips, the glute muscles, the pelvic floor. Inviting a nice, deep, nurturing breath down into the belly, into the lower back. And on an exhale, seeing what you might be holding there that you don't need in this moment. Seeing what you can release and let go of, wherever you might be holding, guarding, or protecting yourself. In this time, in this place, you're safe. Let it go. On our next inhale, let's bring our awareness a little higher into the torso, in the area around the diaphragm, just below the sternum, the mid-back, the rib cage. Inviting some nice, deep, nourishing breaths. Expanding gently outward. And with the exhale, seeing what you can let go of. On our next inhale, bringing our attention to yet another tender, vulnerable part of the body, the area all around the heart and the chest. This is the part of the body that may physically ache when we worry, when we grieve, when we feel loss. Invite a nice, deep, nourishing and loving breath into your heart. And with the exhale, see what you can let go of there. Whatever might be weighing you down, creating a sense of constriction or worry or grief. Let it go. Be here now. And now bringing our attention up into the upper chest, the shoulders, the area across the clavicle, coming into the upper arms, the shoulders. If you want to gently circle the shoulders up and back and down ever so gently as you breathe, inviting a sense of relaxation, a release from any tension you may be holding there. Nice, deep, nourishing breaths. And on the exhale, seeing what you can let go of. Bringing our attention now down into our arms, the muscles of the upper arm, the lower arm, the forearms, down to the hands, the fingers, the thumbs. Taking a moment to gently move your fingers as you breathe. And with your next exhale, releasing any excess holding or tension you might have in that part of the body tonight. Sending gratitude and appreciation for all that our hands do for us throughout the day, and letting them know that now is the time to rest. And finally, drawing our attention up into our throat, our neck, the muscles of the jaw and the face. Taking a moment, if it feels good for your body, to ever so gently, as you slowly breathe, circle your head, inviting some release into the muscles of the neck. Making sure you spend a moment or two in each direction if you're choosing to do this gentle movement with me. And as you return to center, imagine a golden thread extending from the crown of your head up, up, up to the sky, effortlessly floating the skull on top of the spinal column, sending lightness, sending gentle effortlessness into supporting the weight of your head on your spine. And with your next inhale, let's set the intention of a full body expansion, nourishing air, and a big exhale to release whatever you might be holding that you don't need at this time. Gently and softly open your eyes. If you have a candle that you're working with tonight, I invite you to bring that to flame with me now as we set an intention together. So take a moment and peer into the gentle flame of your candle if you're working with one tonight. Familiarize yourself with it. The size, the shape, all the beautiful colors of the flame. Imprint this in your memory. This will be the lighthouse, the beacon that guides us back home at the end of our journey tonight. Place your candle nearby, somewhere safe, and know that that soft flame will keep you safe as you journey, and it will be there waiting for you when we return. And as you're settled and your candle is placed somewhere safe, go ahead and softly let your eyes close once more. Bring your attention back into your body and your breath. I offer a moment of gratitude for our physical beings, our blood, our bones, our beating hearts, our ears and eyes, which allow us to experience the world. And now start to let the room around you fade from memory. Start to allow all the structures that surround you to dissolve into darkness. Save your candle flame, which burns by your side. Walls and floor and ceiling fade to gray and then black, dissolving and disappearing, melting away. We find ourselves in an ancient grove of trees. We've been here before, whether waking or dreaming or journeying. This place is familiar. It's safe here. These guardians, this circle of trees, they stand as symbols of protection, boundaries, to hold and contain the working that we shall do within this sacred circle tonight. Take a moment, turning slowly in a clockwise direction. See what you notice in this sacred time and sacred place. How tall are the trees? Is it light? Is it dark? Are there any familiars or spirits lurking among the ancient circle of trees? Notice the ground upon which you stand. Is it of earth or grass or forest mulch? Turn your gaze skyward. Notice what you can see in the sky. Is it the setting sun? Is it twilight? Or perhaps starlight? Invite all of your senses to experience this time and this place. 9 of us stand in this sacred grove tonight. Take a moment and notice the presence of others. We come here together in love and trust that we may journey and experience the wisdom of ourselves and of this place together. Turn now with me to face the east, direction of the rising sun, realm of the elementals of air. In your own way and in your own timing, invite the spirits of the East to be with us as we journey on this night. With your intention, bring the torch that stands in the east to flame. This is a beacon, a watchtower, a guardian that will protect us as we journey tonight. Turn now clockwise 1/4 of a turn to face the south. This is the realm of the heat of summer, the dwelling place of the fire elementals. Take a moment and in your own timing and in your own way, invoke and invite the spirits of the south to witness our working tonight. And with your intention, bring the torch that stands in the south to flame. It is a guardian, a sentinel. It will protect us and watch over us as we journey on this night. Let us turn now 1/4 turn to face the west, realm of the ancestors, of the setting sun, home of elemental water, and all of the spirits and familiars that dwell therein. In your own way and in your own timing, invoke and welcome the spirits of water that they may witness and support our journey on this night. And now, with our intention, let us bring to flame the torch which stands in the west, that this guardian spirit, this sentinel, may watch over the journey that we are taking on this night. Let us turn now 1/4 turn again in a clockwise direction to face the north. Cold, wintry realm, opposite the polarity of summer. It is quiet and cold here. It is the mighty, timeless wisdom of the element of earth. Take a moment and in your own timing and in your own way, invoke, invite, and welcome the spirits elementals and beings of the realm of North. And now with our intention, let us bring the torch which stands in the north to flame, invoking and inviting the guardian spirits of Earth to witness and protect the journey that we will take on this night. Let us return now to the center of this mighty grove of trees, standing in a circle facing outward, taking a moment to breathe and appreciate the beauty of this place together. You and the 8 souls who surround the circle with you. Let us turn to face inward into the center of the circle. And together in our own way, let us invoke the universe, the cosmos, the divine, Mother Earth and Father Sky, by whatever names, visages, and images you know them. We beseech you, O divine ones, to join us as we journey on this night. We ask of your blessings, your protection, and your love as we go into ourselves to seek wisdom and healing. Let us turn to face the west once more. In the distance, we can see 3 figures approaching the circle. These 3 figures are familiar spirits, gods, or beings. They carry with them a large, dark kettle. The figures approach and ask to enter our sacred and holy circle of trees, knowing that they are here with pure and benevolent intention. Let us admit them and welcome them to stand among us in this sacred place. The large kettle which they bear is placed at the very center of the circle. It is a cauldron, a heavy cauldron made of steel, standing on 3 feet, the blackness of it almost disappearing into the dark. Let us stand around this kettle, taking a moment to gaze up the night sky, the moonless night, the thousands of stars decorating the celestial sphere overhead. And this is your time to truly go inward. The wisdom of the sage of Sagittarius asks of you now, what stands in the way of you manifesting your highest ideals? What story, what circumstance or situation impedes you from being the person that you truly want to be? Is it your own self-doubt? Is it obligation or commitment that stands in your way? Take a moment and reflect on the circumstances in your life that are within your power to change. Reach into the pocket of whatever you're wearing, and you'll find a small object in your hand. This object represents that which stands in your way. Whether it's a doubt, a fear, a story that something is impossible and could never happen, this object is a symbol of that which stands in the way, attaining what you desire for your life. Gently open your hand, peer into what lies there. Take a moment to reflect on this symbol. Commit it to your memory. And now, one at a time, we will offer these objects into the cauldron in the center of our circle. As you do so, offer thanks, offer appreciation for how this object has sought to protect you, has sought to help you feel safe. And as you release it into the kettle before us, be truly ready to begin the process of letting go of it. As the sun and the moon conjoin in the sky on the solar eclipse this weekend, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to let go of that which holds us back. We have an opportunity to reclaim our sovereignty, our power, and our own authority over the story of our lives. The three figures who bore the cauldron to the center of our circle now carry torches. They step into the center of the circle to stand among us with reverence and acknowledgement of the sacred act which we are all participating in on this night. They lift their flames high to salute the heavens. They lower their flames down to honor the earth. And then at last, they bring the kettle to flame in the center of our circle. May the flames consume, transform, and devour all that holds us back from attaining the healing, the wellness, the confidence, and the ability to achieve that which we desire. Watch the flames dance in the cauldron. See the objects within start to transform. The flames are hungry. They're more than willing to take that which you have offered them on this night, to consume it, to break it down, and to turn it to ash. It's not yours anymore. You cannot reclaim it. The space within you from which it came has already begun to fill with light and healing. Feel the heat of the flames, hear the popping and crackling, feel the burden, the weight of that which you have offered into the fire on this night begin to lessen and lighten. Invite a deep healing breath into your heart. Feel the sense of love and hope and inspiration within our circle. Know that every one of you is capable of making the changes you wish to make. Every one of you is capable of manifesting that which you desire in your life. And those beautiful, curling, dancing flames, which are beginning to die down now, envision yourself, a future version of you, a version of you who walks through life without the burden of grief or fear or the self-doubt which had previously stood in your way. Imagine yourself standing proud and tall, heart open, vulnerable, and filled with love, moving through the world, moving through everyday life, filled with the grace, the confidence, and the ease that is possible when we let go of things we no longer need to carry. Let us turn our gazes now up again, up to the night sky, with thousands of stars sparkling overhead. We see a shooting star streak a bright path across the sky, a bright line standing in stark contrast to the darkness of the sky overhead. It's so clear, its path so certain, so bright, the place from which it begins and ends, easily visible. And so with the witnessing of this beautiful celestial phenomenon, let us all now be the archer, the sage. Let us envision a clear target, that which we set our sights upon with laser precision and focus. One concrete, specific, attainable goal. And like the shooting star, which just painted a bright streak across the night sky, let us focus our intent, our energy, and our desire, like the razor point of an arrow. Let us draw back the bow and feel the tension that begins to rise as we set this intention. Hold that tension, hold that potential. And when the timing is right, let loose your arrow that it may find the target which you desire. The fire in the cauldron before us is now mere embers at the bottom of this massive black kettle. The spirits that brought it to us stand nearby, witnessing and honoring the work that we've done here together tonight. Take a moment, and in whatever way feels right for you, honor this vessel of transformation. Honor these familiars, these allies and spirits that made this work possible tonight. Join me in thanking the divine parents, the Earth Mother, the Sky Father, the ancestors, the spirits, familiars, and allies of this time and this place. Thank them for being with us tonight, for witnessing, blessing, and supporting this transformation that we are undertaking together. Let us turn now to face the east, to the bright flame which burns there, the flame of air, of thought, of intellect, of divine inspiration. Let us give thanks and gratitude to the guardians and spirits of the East. Go if you must, stay if you will. We thank you for your blessings. Turn now with me to the south, realm of summer, of passion fire burning brightly. Take a moment, and in your own way, honor and thank the familiars, elementals, and spirits of the southern realms for their presence, their energy, their spark, and their blessings on this night. Go if you must, stay if you will. We thank you for your blessings, spirits of the South. Turn with me now, we will face the west, realm of the ancestors, of the setting sun, of the eternal sea, of intuition, dreams, subconscious, and healing. Join with me now as I acknowledge, thank the spirits, familiars, and entities of the West. Go if you must, stay if you will. We thank you for your blessings, spirits of the West. And finally, turning again to face the north, realm of earth, of solid foundation, of certainty, of strength. Join me as I thank the spirits, familiars, beings, and entities of the north for their presence, their wisdom, and their guidance on this night. Go if you must, stay if you will. We thank you for your blessings, spirits of the north. Let us turn our attention back to the center of our circle once more, acknowledging each other, the sacred time and sacred space we've shared with one another tonight. Acknowledging our strength, our vulnerability, and the love and trust that we all brought to this space tonight. Take a moment to reflect on that which you offered to the flames tonight, that which you can no longer reclaim, the space within you that it occupied has already begun to fill in with love, and light again. Take a moment to acknowledge any other spirits, familiars, or ancestors present here on this time and this place. Thanking our cauldron bearers one last time. And with our breath, starting to very slowly and gently return to our bodies. Bringing the image of the candle flame flickering softly by your side. Imagining the space that you occupy in the physical realm. Imagine the walls, the floor, and the ceiling starting to come back into form once more. Remembering what that room looks like, what it feels like. Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it soft? Bringing your attention back to your breath. Really noticing how the breath feels as it comes in and gently out of your body. The expansion and the contraction and release with the breath. Bringing awareness back into your physical self. Gently and softly moving your fingers and toes, finding a little bit of movement in your body, calling your spirit back home. I'll count us now down from 5, and when I get to 1, you may softly and gently open your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And I'll welcome you back. I hope that you feel relaxed and calm, and I hope you all had a wonderful journey with me tonight. Really appreciate all of you being here. I enjoy offering these to community and friends, so appreciate you being here. And if anyone feels called to make a contribution, there are ways that you can do that here on the screen. But more than anything, I'm just grateful, filled with gratitude to all of you for being here and sharing these journeys with me. So I'm going to stop the recording, and if anyone wants to pop a couple little thoughts in the chat, you're more than welcome to do that, or you can sign off for the night.